and this is not going to be a very long video. It'll probably be maybe a couple minutes long, maybe about five or 10 minutes long. But long story short, I'm doing a review on this game. It's Shadow of War, and to be honest with you, the story is not really that good. The gameplay on I mean, it's decent. If you've played Shadow of Mordor, it's the same exact fighting style. They might have added some new quirks here and there. I really do not like the way the menu is really kind of a mess. To be honest, the game itself is really buggy. The story is lazy. And like I said, you can kind of figure out what's going to happen with Talion before it even happens, to be honest with you. I mean, you kind of figure out that Celebrimbor is going to pretty much basically betray him, and Talion's going to end up becoming a wraith and all of this stuff. You figure this stuff out very, very early in the game, and that's one of the biggest problems with this game, is the fact that the story itself is so lazy. It's just slapped together so sloppy, just pretty much. It's so put together so lazy that I don't understand why people thought this game was going to be good. To be honest, I thought it was going to be a great game when I saw the war mechanic and everything else that was going on in there. But you're damn near in the middle of the game before you even get to the mechanic where they're actually starting the war. You're damn near close to the middle of the game before you even start taking over little, fortresses and whatever. And it's so easy to take over these fortresses. It's not even hard. I didn't even break really much of a sweat trying to take over these fortresses. Like I said, I played it on the highest difficulty, and I was a veteran on the Shadow of Mordor, and I could go through this game just like that, and I beat it in about, I want to say I beat it in about 14 hours. It didn't take me that long at all to beat the game. And like I said, I'm going to say no. You shouldn't buy this game. The microtransactions are always popping up. The game itself is buggy. The story is lazy. So if you're looking for a game that has a good story, I'd say this doesn't have really much of a good story to it. What else? Gameplay is on par. I will say the gameplay, it's good. It's the same as Shadow of Mordor, but they might have changed a couple of things, like you can freeze people or set people on fire or poison people. You can switch between using a hammer or using an axe. I guess it's a hammer or a bow and arrow. You can switch between those two. Other than that, the game itself is hollow, man. It could have been so much more, They could have done so much more with Talion, and they could have done so much more with Celebrimbor, But I think they were trying to follow up with the lore of the Lord of the Rings movie. So the reason they made the ending, because the ending it's lazy as heck. I mean, the ending just felt like it was slapped together and rushed. Because, like I said, if you beat the Shadow Wars, you get to see the true ending. And, of course, they got a paywall behind that, too. You can go and pay for microtransactions to see the true ending and all this stuff, which to me is a shame, to be honest. I hate that, that they did that. They slap a paywall behind it, and they're like, oh, you can get the real ending right here. And I seen the ending, and like I said, I kind of figured that was going to happen before, the game ended. And, and then it ties in what's going on with Celebrimbor and Sauron. They're fused together in one big tower, fighting forever until that one ring gets destroyed, and then Celebrimbor, goes to heaven or hell or wherever he goes. I don't really know because, you know, and I didn't really care too much for Celebrimbor too much. I didn't really care that much for Talion at all, you know. Yeah, I mean, I felt sorry for him because of what he had to go through when he had to, you know, deal with his family getting killed and all that in Shadow of Mordor. I felt sorry for him. I felt so bad because I was like, oh, this guy, he just lost his family. He lost his family. He lost his son. You know, he lost his wife, and now him and this Wraith are taking vengeance on Sauron. I felt that in Shadow of Mordor, and that's what made me feel good about that game and made me want to, you know, beat the living shit out of all these orcs, was the fact that he is out for vengeance. But when it comes to Shadow of War, you're kind of like, okay, I get it, you want vengeance on Sauron, but Talion doesn't get the vengeance. Celebrimbor does. And it pisses me off because, you know, your main character, he doesn't even get the vengeance he wants. Celebrimbor steals his thunder. What kind of shit is that, you know? And then the ending, you know, like I said, he becomes a Wraith. And then, of course, you know, like the movie ends on Lord of the Rings, the One Ring gets destroyed. And then he's released from his you know, service of being a Wraith and everything else. So he doesn't even get revenge on Sauron. You know, and that is one thing that bothered me about this game, was that, you know, just the story. To be honest, the story is ridiculously stupid. And I would even say the Nemesis system wasn't even that good. I went through the game on the hardest difficulty, didn't really get any of the cool cutscenes that they were talking about with the Nemesis system. Didn't really even get any betrayals on me. I might have got one betrayal on me from one of my guys. I mean, pretty much you could go through the whole game and just possess everybody and then take over a fortress and do the same thing in the other areas. Just possess everybody, take over the fortress, and then by the end of the game, your castles and everything else are just tanked out. And you could do that on the hardest difficulty if you're good enough to do that. And I'm going to say, you know, the final verdict for this game is don't buy it. It's lazy. It's poor writing. It's not worth $60. It's a waste of money is what it is. And I feel like I wasted my money on this game, and I wasted my time playing this game. Now, later on today, I'm going to do another review on what is it? Assassin's Creed Origins. You can leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, comment. You know, let me know what you think about this subject. To you, is this game bad or was it good? To me, I thought it was bad, and I thought it was poor writing, and I thought the gameplay was okay. But other than that, it's going to get about a 6 from me as a rating. But yes, this has been Redneck Gamer X. If you like what you see, give me a like and a comment and subscribe. Goodbye.